ribbon cutting and community celebration for the Winchester High School culmination of this project. The Winchester High School Band will now play the national anthem. Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to recognize Mr. Bob Deering, Chair of the EFPBC, for some welcoming remarks.
Thank you, Judy. On behalf of the EFPBC, I'd like to welcome everybody here this morning for this great ribbon cutting ceremony for a brand new, elaborate, state-of-the-art, clean high school. It seems like yesterday that we were standing in front of McCall doing the same thing, but it really wasn't yesterday. It was 22 years ago, and a lot has changed in 22 years. Charles and I have more gray hair. I can remember going over to Malden to the, I think it was called the School Assistance Program with Jim Driscoll, meeting in a little office discussing what we're going to do with McCall. And now, we have the MSBA, where we can go into Broad Street and meet their staff there. And we also have gone, well, not gone through, but we've had 4 different superintendents in that course. So, you know, there's been a lot of things changed. But one thing that's never changed in those 22 years is the commitment of Winchester to providing a first-class educational system. And I commend a lot of people, and I'll mention them in a few minutes, but with all that help and support, and we wouldn't be standing here today, and we wouldn't have, you know, we've got 3 elementary schools and a middle school, and hopefully I'm still around to see the 2 other elementary schools done. But that just didn't happen, and I thank everybody, and I'll thank them individually. Most importantly, I'd like to thank the town voters who voted overrides all through those years. Without their support, we would not have any money, and we wouldn't have these beautiful buildings. I'd like to thank the Board of Selectmen, the school committee, the town manager's staff, the DPW, the planning board, the engineering department, the Conservation Commission, and I don't know if I've missed anybody. Possibly, if I do, forgive me for that. But through all their efforts and dedication, here we are. And so I was thinking how I was going to close this, and in the last 2 years, I've had 2 of my children get married, and the 3rd one's getting married this coming March. So you can imagine there was a lot of talk about diamonds in the house and what they look like, and I like to think that we have a diamond here, and a beautiful diamond, and it will be totally complete when we do the other 2 schools, and we'll have a beautiful system of 7 schools that we can all be proud of. So once again, I thank you, and have a good day.
Next, I'd like to ask David Joseph, WHS Student Council President, to say a few words.
So first off, on behalf of the student body, I would like to say thank you from the high school Project Communications Committee for organizing the ribbon cutting ceremony and the Education Facilities Planning and Building Committees. I would also like to thank our town officials and Superintendent, Judith Evans, for being able to provide us with such a beautiful building. The town of Winchester for voting up the referendum, and the state officials for providing the matching funds for the high school. We appreciate all the hard work you do and the time that you have dedicated to making our amazing new facility. The class of 2018 entered Winchester High School in 2014, the very first year of construction. Although it was our first year as students, many of us had been in the high school many times before for school performances, summer camps, and sporting events. Accustomed to the appearance of that high school, we were all very confused when we entered in school on the first day. Parts were blocked off, there were modular classrooms added, which changed the preconception of the high school we shared. Personally, I was devastated that my favorite part of the high school, the cafeteria, was split in half, supposing that my lunch portions would be as well. Luckily, that was not the case. Although initially disorienting, over time the construction process assimilated with the school environment, and we would soon forget that it was once unusual to us all. Entering this unfamiliar building was a daunting task as a freshman. However, it was surprisingly easy to get used to, and by the end of my freshman year, I would say that I knew the school layout like the back of my hand. And then, sophomore year happened. It all changed. Gone was the small cafeteria, replaced with the brand new Winchester High School dining commons. We also had the addition of a new auditorium, a library learning commons, a new guidance center, music wing, and more. Personally, I took advantage of the Creative Technology Center in the new library, where we now have the space and resources to mix technology, art, and music in various ways. After only 1 year, we all became beneficiaries of the construction process, and we saw the results firsthand. After all of this had passed, sophomore year and then junior year came and went, and the additions to the school slowly came together to form a more complete whole. At times, I can still picture the old high school in place of what is currently here, but this new building is what will be remembered. I do not believe that I am the only one who has not made it to the corners of the new school, but I am sure that we have all still gained a full sense of appreciation for what the building has to offer, both to the WHS students and to the Winchester community as a whole. As freshmen, the class of 2018 was told not to worry because after 3 years, we would be the first to enjoy the brand new Winchester High School. Many did not believe in such a short time period that the school can be completed, yet after 3 years, here it stands. The promise of experiencing this new school as seniors kept us excited through the years, looking forward to the moment when we could walk into the school and officially call it our own. Now, all students, both for Winchester High, will forever be able to benefit from these past years of construction and enjoy a modern high school experience. So on behalf of all students, I would like to say thank you to the school staff who went through the construction process. This is the result. Thank you to the construction workers who continually put in their time and efforts to create a state-of-the-art school for us all. Not only is this a chance to celebrate the beautiful building, but it also gives us an opportunity to look back at things of the past and regain an appreciation for what we now have in the present. Thank you.
Thank you, David. I'd now like to recognize Deborah Goldberg, Treasurer of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Hey everybody, I didn't hear a big enough cheer for David. Come on, he's one of you guys. This is a day for celebration. Let's not be somber. I want to hear noise. Go Stations, come on. Let's hear it. That's more like it. I need that kind of noise to wake me up in the morning. Particularly when South Border Road is closed and I have no idea where I am. Anyway, I'm really excited to be here today. Every time I go to a groundbreaking or I go to an opening of a new school, I'm excited not because of the brick and mortar that I see here, but I'm excited about what I see this school is going to do for all of you. And you know, you might be a freshman or a sophomore or a junior, and you're thinking, what is she talking about? All I know is I got to be stuck in that building and take exams. Well, the reality is that at some point in your life, you're going to need to go out there and take care of yourself and maybe even a family someday. And what these new schools do for our kids, along with all the unbelievable staff and teachers, that collaboration gets you prepared for your lives. And it's the new schools that do that. To hear David talking about the coordination between art and science and all the different things can't take place in these old buildings. We know it, you know it, and we want to make sure that you have the opportunity to have the 21st century skills that you deserve. So I congratulate the legislative folks that are here today, our senator, our state representative, the building committee, the superintendent, but every one of the families and the parents and the teachers who have come together and in a very tough way have transformed an old building and an old site to make it happen for all of you. That's why I'm so excited to be here today, and that's why I want to congratulate all of you on what will be an incredible experience in the new Winchester High School. So one last cheer for the Sachums. Come on, let's hear it again. That's more like it. And now I'm going to turn it back to the rest of the folks. Thanks for having me, everybody. And next time, please open South Border Road.
I'd next like to recognize Jack McCarthy, who is the Executive Director of the Massachusetts School Building Authority, our partners in making this beautiful building a possibility.
Thank you so much for allowing me to be part of this celebration. You know, the mission of the Mass School Building Authority is to partner with Massachusetts communities to support the design and construction of educationally appropriate, flexible, sustainable, and cost-effective public school facilities. And this project certainly meets that ideal. Benjamin Franklin once said, "An investment in education pays the best interest." And we're proud to be your investing partner in this project to the tune of about $40 million for this project. And for the district as a whole, of about $73 million of state money has come so far. And, you know, speaking of the state, you know, you guys did a great job down here locally, but I have to single out your legislative delegation, Senator Lewis and Representative Day. You have to know how close they were to this project, how much they called my office and bugged the you-know-what out of me. But that's what they do for you guys. You have great advocates up on Beacon Hill, and so I want to thank them for their leadership. You know, there's a lot of people, local people here that did a lot for this project, but I'm going to single out one guy because he not only helped Winchester with this project, but he helped the MSBA for many years as a member of our designer selection panel. So Charles Zakaris, would you just please stand up and accept my thank you. You know, the MSBA, we don't just give you the money, we support you. We have a staff that is exceptional. It's second to nobody, and they allow me to come here and accept all of the platitudes. But the folks, some of the folks that worked on your project, Katie DeCristofaro was your project coordinator, Carl Brown was a project manager, Rich Hudson was a project manager, and joining us from his busy day is Evan Levesque over here. Evan, raise your hand so they know who you are. Who's been our man on the ground here. And congratulations again for the consultants that you picked. SMMA, Skanska, Consigli. These guys are pros. I think I probably said this at the groundbreaking that I expected this project to come in on budget, on time. And why did I expect that? Because that's what those guys do for me. That's what SMMA, Skanska, and Consigli do for us time and time again. Just wanted to know, was there a field hockey game or something yesterday? Was there a streak broken of some sort? So congratulations to the field hockey team who beat Watertown, what was the streak? It was like over 100 in a row. It was a crazy thing, so congratulations there. So Dan Valentine, who was a reporter for the Salt Lake City Tribune, once described a school is a building of four walls with tomorrow inside. And I'm proud to be a part of Winchester's tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I'd now like you to join me in welcoming our 5th Middlesex District State Senator, Jason Lewis.
Thank you, Superintendent Evans. Good morning, Winchester High School. Woo! So great to be with you all this morning. You look amazing. Some of you know my oldest daughter graduated from the high school last year. I have a freshman this year. So I've been coming and going from the high school for a long time, and it's, as you all know, it's been incredible to see the transformation from what used to be here, built in the early 1970s, to this amazing new facility today. You know, the Winchester schools, public schools, are the bedrock of this community. And Winchester High School, of course, is the flagship campus of our public school system. So I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that the rebuilding of Winchester High School is the most important project that this town has undertaken in decades. And its impact on our community will be felt for generations of students to come. As you all know already from the first few days of school, with the state-of-the-art science labs and technology in this new building, with the beautiful new dining commons, media center, the renovated auditorium, the renovated field house, the fantastic art and music rooms, and so much more. This, I'm sure, is a facility that is going to inspire great teaching and great learning in the years to come. It's taken many, many years to reach this momentous occasion, and it's been a long and at times very challenging road to travel. We owe a great debt of gratitude to our town officials and to the many citizen volunteers who led this process, many of whom I see here today, and thank them from the bottom of my heart. We owe a great debt of gratitude to our partners at the Massachusetts School Building Authority, and so pleased to have Treasurer Goldberg and Executive Director Jack McCarthy with us to celebrate today. We owe a great debt of gratitude to the professionals who designed and built this incredible new high school. And perhaps most of all, we owe a great debt of gratitude to the citizens, to the taxpayers of Winchester for stepping up to fund this project. So thank you all. My best wishes to all of the students, the faculty, and the administrators for a great school year. Thank you, everyone.
I'd next like to recognize Michael Day, State Representative for the 31st Middlesex District.
Good morning, Winchester. I'd like to thank the students who offered to buy me lunch if I spoke until lunch. I'll see you at Brugger's around noon. I'd like to thank Treasurer Goldberg and Director McCarthy for their work here today. This school is spectacular. I took a tour of the first phase and the second phase, and it really is a tribute to this town and also to the work that you did at the MSBA. Thank you for that. I'd like to take a second just to commend and thank the community that came together for this school. Override votes are very tough, and this vote was taken before I came into office, and I watched it from a little bit of afar and was struck at how much this community came together. The committee that got together to form this effort, the override vote, was staggering to me because they did so in a way that wasn't so much about advocacy, but fittingly about education, about educating this community about the value of a new high school. I'd like to commend the school committee, the Board of Selectmen, the town manager, as well as the committee that came together to run a very smart and effective political campaign to show this town what this school could be and what this community could be with the new town. To the seniors, senior class out there? Hand-ring a little bit, but that's all right. Seniors, congratulations on your new school. You've got a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to set an example for all the classes that have come after you and to start new traditions at this new high school. This is your school. Take care of it and enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you, Rep. Day. I'd now like to ask Mark Bacon, President of the Class of 2018, and Principal Mahoney to step forward for the time capsule installation. So if you would direct your attention over to my right, you can see the 2017 insignia, and they will be placing items in the time capsule to be opened at some future date when most of us will no longer be around. Thank you so much. And now the moment you've all been waiting for, the ribbon cutting. I'd like to ask the designated persons to step forward and we will cut the ribbon. Thank you so much. Today we celebrate the very successful conclusion of this building project that was years in the making. Norman Foster once said, "Architecture is an expression of values." This school clearly represents our community's values. Its spaces are designed to support innovation, expression, and creativity. Its common areas promote strong relationships and collaboration. Its classrooms are light-filled, joyful, nurturing places in which to learn and work. We can all be very proud of this magnificent new school and the teachers and students who make the very best use of it every day. We're deeply grateful for the efforts of all those who worked so very hard to make this dream a reality and pledge to be good stewards of this site. As we conclude our ceremonies today, we encourage our invited guests to join us for some light refreshments inside. We look forward to welcoming everyone to our open house in October, so you can take a closer look at our new classroom spaces. Thank you so very much for being here today to share this great day with us.
At this time, starting with the seniors, will all students and staff proceed through the front doors.